Okay, so the last time I did this, I got a little bit of flack for doing these videos while driving, but I assure you the situation's safe. The camera's mounted in a way where I can look right through it, especially above it, and see traffic, no problem. Just allows me just to have a conversation with you while driving. Anyway, let's get to the subject. First of all, yesterday I talked about how you should be investing more in email and developing a supercharged, marketing-focused email letter that also educates. And I gave you the reasons. But now I'm going to give you an illustration as to how I think about this, and hopefully that gives you a reason to invest more in what I call the supercharged marketing email newsletters. Okay, so first of all, I look at these social networks as owning hotel properties, for lack of a better analogy. And each of these social networks that own these hotel properties allow people to present in their convention centers, and these convention centers are ultimately, they can fit 8 billion people if they wanted to, okay? And in the beginning of these social networks, they allow anyone to set up shop and to present in them, and they typically didn't limit the audience that saw them. These are the early days of Twitter and Facebook and even LinkedIn. But as soon as they got crowded, they do what all hotel properties, all businesses do, right? They figure out ways of making more money. So the first thing they said, especially to the brands, was, well, you're using our facility for free. We're going to have to charge you for every person that comes into the hall. Now we'll let the first 200 or 300 in, but everybody else you're going to have to pay to have them come into your convention center. And this started with Facebook, and now it's basically on every social network, including YouTube, which is still my favorite social network, but it's happening there too. And that's been going on for a couple of years. And worse now, what these social networks are saying is, hey, we're going to kind of tell you what you can and can't say and what topics you can put on there. And if you choose the wrong topic, we're either going to censor you, we're going to kick you off and delete it, or we're going to shadow ban you. And that's, to me, the big red line you all knew was coming, since you don't own these hotel properties, somebody else does, right? These social networks. And so, what's the alternative? Well, the biggest, largest, what I call social network in the world by far is email. And guess what? You own your own hotel. It is your hotel. You do with it what you want. I know there are filters. There's good Gmail that filters out bad email. I know that, and I know that can get worse, but there's always a way around it, especially because you run the hotel, you run what you want to run. And I'll tell you, there's no better way to reach people than an engaged email list. We'll talk about text later. Text is not the same thing. Let's stick with email. So email, you run your own hotel, you make your own rules, you're not limited by audience size, you're not having to pay to reach your audience. Everything is controlled by you for the most part. So that is the reason why you want to create what I call these supercharged, marketing-focused, educational email newsletters that keep your audience hungering for more. Now, that's not an easy task, right? You run a hotel, you got to keep your customers happy. You got to give them things that make them want to keep coming back and not choosing your competitors. And therein lies the rub. But at least you own the damn thing, right? At least you own it. There's nobody trying to control it, change it. And maybe you've spent a lot of money bringing people into the Twitter hotel, and then, no, can't do what you were doing before. We're going to start charging you for it. And later on, we could change the rules again. No one needs that nonsense. What a waste of money. I mean, how much money have you poured into some of these social networks, only see no return? But you can't do anything about it. You can't get off it because your customers now expect you to be there. With email, you'll always be there. And that's why you should be there. And you should own your own email newsletter. So what I've done in the description is I put a link for you to sign up for an email newsletter consultation and a 5 things that you could be doing with your email newsletter to supercharge it. I've looked at all of the top newsletters that are out there that are driving real engagement, real sales, and it applies to almost every business on the planet. And I put this together for you for free. Check it out, hit the link, and I'll see you tomorrow on the next episode.